Hi again. So if you are considering working with us, we know there might be some questions or even some concerns surrounding it, which is absolutely fine. It's why we've made this short video, basically, as we want people considering engaging with us to be as informed and as relaxed as possible. So let's get into it. By the end of this, you should have a much clearer understanding of the kind of questions that you may have in mind. Anything you still might want to ask, then please do feel free to note at the bottom of the Google form that you will need to fill out along with watching these videos, and we can address them together in our discovery call. Many prospective clients wonder what my background is and what sort of results they can expect based on my track record and case studies. And this is a really, really great question. So my background is within the arts, photography, but within an educational context. I've also educated in languages and social sciences over the last decade, and moved into marketing about 2 years ago, where I fused my kind of social science background along with my arts and photography background together into something that really, really meshes the two excellently together. My previous case studies are all photo, video, and design based. I've stayed specifically within the photography and video niche, as this is the one that I'm most aligned with personally and through my background, as I mentioned before. In terms of case studies, you've no doubt seen the testimonials on my LinkedIn profile, and you may be able to see them on this page as well. If you want me to fire over any more that may be relevant to you, then please do ask. What I typically see in terms of the case study that I've worked with across the creative fields is 1 to 3 high value new clients in the first 6 to 12 weeks of working together, and then 1 to 3 per every month following. So what we typically see in terms of a return on investment, ROI, is 2 to 3 times ROI in the first 6 to 12 weeks. Many people want to know what's going to be expected of them, and they also want to know the commitment that I will be making to them also. And again, this is a really, really great question. The answer to this will vary depending on what we decide is going to be the best solution for you. But either way, this is a 50-50 exercise, and you will be asked to commit to a number of responsibilities. So if we move towards a more done with you model, it will be a time commitment, obviously. There'll be a commitment to completing action items and to ongoing and open communication from your end. If it's a more done for you process, where I'm doing the work for you or one of my team is, then it will be weekly meetings. There will be content needed from your end, materials, and timely and responsive behavior, providing testimonials and feedback and that kind of thing. From my side of it, where the done for you model, where everything is implemented, all copywriting, etc. is done, daily management of the campaign is done, interactions are handled up to the appointment setting phase. On a done with you, so more educational, consulting kind of role, all the learning materials are provided, group one-on-one coaching and consultation happens on a weekly to bi-weekly basis. There's lifetime access to the strategy and learning materials that I teach and use, plus 12-week access to support channels is provided. There's also my do-it-yourself offerings as well, which again come with the 50-50 responsibility commitment and commitment to handling action items in a very timely manner. Many people also want to know when we start and how long do things typically take. And again, great question. So whether it's a done with you or a done for you service, so whether you're learning things yourself and applying them in your own business, or somebody here is doing that for you, we get things moving straight away. There's no time like the present to start taking action, and there's no reason to delay, unless there are extenuating circumstances and people do want to put a holding deposit down and get started later. We can also work that out if needs be. So you can either get started and immerse yourself in the action items for the learning program straight away, or go through the onboarding process with myself or with one of my team to get your first campaign started. As mentioned before, for the programs, support access is limited to 12 weeks, which is enough time to give you that foundation to generate those 1 to 3 new high value clients monthly in any sector from there on in on your own steam. Done for you offerings are a minimum of 6 months, as the process takes a slightly different format and requires our team to be involved in the follow-up stages to guarantee the maximum ROI for these kind of processes. Big question, is there a guarantee, and what happens if we don't hit the targets that you project on the program? So there is a guarantee. I guarantee 1 to 3 new high value clients in your first 6 to 12 weeks, providing, and this is the big if, we are meeting each other 50-50 on this process and you are holding up your side of the bargain. If you are, then this is a very, very achievable target, and we have seen results way exceeding this on previous campaigns. If we don't hit this target, my guarantee and my promise to you is that we will keep working together for free until you do hit the targets that I project in the program. One that sometimes comes up is people wondering how I can help them locally if they're based in Australia, the US, South Africa, New Zealand, being that I am based in Northern Europe. And again, it's a really, really good question. The mechanisms that I implement and teach my clients apply globally to English-speaking markets. I have a roster of successful clients across North America, Northern Europe, and the Pacific region. Everything I do is based on knowledge that you either already have or you will have access to. So it's a matter of leveraging that and combining it with my strategies that I teach. And this is where the magic happens. So this is how I work with everybody in the same way. I use my mechanisms and they apply it in their context. And we fuse these together to get the results. One of the key questions that I get asked a lot is, am I an agent? And the simple answer is no. There are some key and very important differences between the kind of work that I do and the kind of work that an agent would do. So specifically commission basis, I don't work on a commission basis, and this is for a number of reasons. One of the main reasons being that all of the work that I do is geared towards giving photographers and videographers the tools that they need to put in place a long-term strategy to generate sustainable and consistent results for their business. While there are short-term wins within this, and I do guarantee 1 to 3 high-value new clients in the time that we work together initially, there are long-term gains that are impossible to keep track of and to measure from my end. So in the name of simplicity and clarity, it's always simpler to work on an upfront basis where the terms are defined at the start of the relationship. Another key difference between what I do and what an agent would do for you is I'm helping photographers and videographers create the connections with the clients directly themselves, whereas an agent would obviously be doing that on your behalf. Again, there's pros and cons to this. You're doing the work yourself, but you do then have that relationship established long term, whereas with an agent you're always going to be dependent on that relationship to deliver the results for you. Another question I get asked about a lot is pricing, obviously, and this is really important and something that will be addressed at the end of the discovery call, as there are a few different services with different pricing options attached, as you are going to see as we go through the process. Some people may see what I do as a premium, but everything that I offer has been worked out with a careful relationship between the prices that I charge and the results that I deliver, where in general the clients that follow the processes that I set out for them and follow the game plans that we work on together have seen a 2 to 4 times ROI on their initial investment in the first 6 to 12 weeks. And again, everybody who engages in a working relationship with me is offered that guarantee of 1 to 3 high value new clients in the time frame that we work together, or else I keep working with you for free until we deliver that result.